Before we get to drafting your papers, there's a few things we need to go over. The very first thing, if we're looking at number one, taking a look at number one, I am suggesting that you get a container, a case, a big envelope, something to keep your papers in. You're going to be getting stuff from the courthouse. You're going to be taking notes. There's going to be documents you need to collect. And what am I talking about? Well, that's the clerk's packet. All right. Of course, it says no refunds at the bottom. Look at that. Look how thick that is. Okay, that won't even fit in a manila envelope. All right, but when I talk about bins or cases, something like this. This is a bin you get at Walmart for $5. It's got a lid and a couple of handles, holds lots of papers. This is a clipboard case. You have to have seen one of these before. This is the inside of this one right here. So if you take a look, there's this big, huge handled clipboard, and that's the inside. You put all your files and things here. You can even put a tablet in there if you wanted to, but you need to get something to keep your papers in. A bin like this, a clipboard case, something. Even a bag will do. Don't use a shopping bag. A lot of people do that. It's ridiculous. Have something stable, because you got to keep everything together. You got to keep it in one place. If you don't, you'll have papers everywhere. You'll miss court dates. It just isn't worth it. You absolutely have to keep that stuff together. All right, so let's get back to our list, and then we'll go over your papers. All right, number two here, you got to look at your judicial circuit page. All right, I put them there for you. There are 20 circuits, 67 counties. I've gone through each and every one of them. It took a really long time, but there's things you're going to need to know. You're going to need to know where the mediation office is. You're going to need to know where court administration is, or who to talk to at court administration. Your jurisdiction may have some strange procedures that are unique to your jurisdiction, that has to do with the locale. For example, the 20th Circuit, some counties in the 20th Circuit use something called standing orders. And then this South County designation, that's in Venice. If you're in Sarasota County and you live in Venice or Northport, South County, and you don't file this strange form that the clerk just made up, your case is going to be filed in North County. You're going to be driving. All right, getting it switched is a pain in the butt. I think for some reason, I don't know why they do that, but South County designation. All right, but if you need something, it'll be there. What am I talking about? Well, get up on your members page, okay? There's a step-by-step guide, basic essentials. You should be looking at both of these. There's videos and walkthroughs, but this is what I'm talking about. This is the judicial circuit page, okay? Find your county. I was just talking about Sarasota County. Let's find it. There's Sarasota. Sarasota is in the 12th Judicial Circuit. So do the acknowledgments. Acknowledge you're not going to steal my forms or give them away. You really shouldn't with how little I charge. But all right, so here's what you need to know. The 12th Circuit has their own page. Take a look. There it is. There's the 12th Circuit's page. Okay, everything's there for you. Courthouse locations. You need to know where they are. Here they are. There's DeSoto, Manatee, Sarasota. This is the South County Courthouse I was just telling you about. Okay, everything you need is here. Notice the South County origin. Otherwise, your case will be held in downtown. This is what I'm talking about. Notice of South County designation or origin. They made this up. All right, but you need this form. So each jurisdiction may have something unique. And if you don't check out your circuit page and get the information that I've provided for you, you're not going to know it. And when you go to file your papers, you're going to have a problem, or the clerk's going to say, hey, you forgot this one thing that you don't even know about. So just take a minute, take a look at this stuff, okay? Now back to our list. I'm going to walk you through completing your papers. If you have any questions, there's a blog, there's a place to email. I'm going to answer every question as best I can, as quickly as I can, and do my best to help you. I already said review your judicial circuit page. We talked about that. After you've completed your papers, you're going to need to print them and find a notary. Okay? Remember the rule of threes. You need 3 copies. Don't copy them 3 times and then go to the notary, because the notary is going to have to notarize them 3 times. Copy them after they're notarized. So complete your papers, print them out, find a notary. Okay? Banks always seem to have a notary. They're probably going to charge you a fee for it. But after they're notarized, then you copy them at least twice. I'll copy them 3 times myself. So that I have one spare, but the rule of threes: one goes to the clerk, one goes to the opposition, and at least one copy is for you. Okay? Go to your clerk's office to file your papers after that. After they're notarized and copied, you go to your clerk's office. You're going to find the address on your judicial circuit page. Some people might tell you that there's a method for electronic filing. Don't do that. All right, it's complicated. You're going to make mistakes. It is not user-friendly. Okay, file the documents the old-fashioned way. Go to the clerk's office. Okay, hand them the papers. Have somebody there look at them. Okay. Bring the filing fee with you when you go. The filing fee for most family law petitions is between $400 and $500. Okay, it's usually closer to the $400 range. All right, but bring the money with you and don't go there and say, "Hey, do you take a Diners Club card?" Some jurisdictions do not take credit cards. Some of them it's only cash or a check. Okay, what I would do if I were you is use your circuit page, find the clerk's office, click on it. Look at the fee schedule, find out exactly what it is, and bring a money order. Okay? You can't go wrong with cash. Bring cash. You're also going to need $40 at least, unless they've raised the price in the last couple weeks. I haven't checked yet. $40 to pay your process server if you're using the sheriff's department. Okay? If you use a private process server, it's going to be higher because the private process server is usually going to do it a whole lot faster and will track somebody down a whole lot better. It's a private investigator usually does that job. All right, but if you follow my rules here and my list of things to do, you're going to be fine. This is easy. You can do this. All right, just take it step by step. All right, good luck. Okay, this is a petition for dissolution of marriage with children walkthrough. All right, that means that you and your current spouse have produced children together and they are under 18 years old. Okay? I'm not going to read to you. All right, but let's get to the first part of this. All right? Most people know what county they live in. I hope you do. All right? But they don't know the circuit and they don't know the address of the clerk's office. All right? Luckily, if you go to the member page, members, click here to start members page. It's easy to find out the answers to those questions. Let's say you live in Charlotte County I'm familiar with. That's my county. Now you know it's the 20th Circuit. Okay? Keep going, though, because you need the address of the clerk's office. Okay? And where's that? It's right here. I would right-click, copy. All right, and that's all you need. Get back to the page. Circuit. All right, well, we know it's the 20th. All right, so let's do that. It needs to be capitalized. It's in caps. 20th. All right, count. And by the way, do this. Write the whole word out. Do not do this. Okay? Really don't. Just do the whole word. County. Clerk's address. Well, we just got that. I'm just going to paste it. Boom, done. Petitioner's name. Let's use our old standby. If you don't know who Fred Flintstone is, you're very young, and I feel very old. All right, so he is the husband. Now you notice his name is in capitals. All right, whether he's a husband or wife, that part, that's in lowercase, okay, with no caps. All right. Address. Let's say he lives in, I don't know, Punta Gorda. We'll do 1122, 22, I don't know, Rock Street. Let's say Punta Gorda, Florida. 3950. All right, date of birth. Let's say old Fred was born, I don't know, January 1st, 1993. And the social, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. Telephone number. I'm making these up as I go, but you would put the actual numbers here. All right, fax number. You know, nobody faxes anymore. Nobody really that I know of, anyway. But if he has a fax, put it in. His email. Got to put the email in. Always put your email, because that way the clerk can contact you if the clerk needs to. More and more people are using a designated email for these things. So let's do Fred at Yahoo. All right, respondent's name. Well, we know who the respondent is, don't we? Wilma. Wilma. All right, so she's the wife. Date of birth. Let's say Wilma was born, I don't know, February. Let's make her 1994. Good enough. Her social security number. I'm making it up. her telephone number. Let's put a telephone number in. Yes, I'm making that up too. And her email, we'll do wilma@gmail.com. And fax, no fax address. Let's say she moved out. She's living in Port Charlotte now. All right, let's do 99, I don't know, Sand Street. You know, Granite or something, I don't know. Respondent city, state, zip, Port Charlotte, Florida, 23951. I'm making it up. Counties, Charlotte County. All right, now, these two lines have to do with putting the date in the places where the date belongs. Only fill out these two lines, listen to me carefully, only fill out these two lines if you have a notary standing by, and it's not going to take you more than a day to get this thing filled out. If you put the date in, just like I'm about to do here, and you get to the notary tomorrow, the day after this, the notary is going to need to white it all out. It'll just look messy, okay? So let's just say the notary is standing by, though, and let's say today's the 10th day, I'm making it up, of June 2019. So June will be 6 and 10, 2019, and 06, 10, 2019, because it looks like this in different places, okay? There's no way to interlink these fields. Believe me, I've tried. All right, so date of marriage. I don't know. Let's say October 31st. They got married on Halloween. And I don't know. Let's say 2010. Okay. Date of separation. Let's say 9 years later, May 2019. All right. Place of marriage. Let's say they got married in Venice. I don't know, making it up. Are there children married? Sure. All right. So we know that woman Fred only had Pebbles. But let's show what it looks like when you have more than one child. So let's say 3. Oldest child. Well, let's make that Pebbles. And I don't remember her middle name if she had one. So let's make it Pebbles. What's a girl? Pebbles. I don't know. I have no creativity here. Flintstone. Pebbles, Pebble, Flintstone. Put her initials here. Don't yell at me. Seriously, I do not know if she had a middle name. Child number 1. Put it here. Sex child. Pebbles was a girl. Place of birth. I don't know. Venice. Why not? Date of birth. All right, let's say Pebbles was born, oh, I don't know. How about July 31st, 2012. Okay, make her 7 years old. Social. You don't really need the social for the kids, all right? But if you have it, put it here. Okay. Second oldest child. Well, they didn't have another child, but let's make one up. Let's say Rocky, Granite, I don't know, Flintstone. Granite's a really bad middle name, but what are you going to do? Okay, for examples, child number 2. Rocky's a male. Place of born, I don't know. Place of birth, let's do Sarasota. Okay. And date of birth, let's say Rocky was born, I don't know, June 10th. I'm just making these up. 2013. He'll be younger, a year younger, 6 years old. I don't have a social for him. Third oldest child. Okay, so we got Rocky. Oh, why not? Rocky Bullwinkle. Bull. I'm mixing up my cartoons. What are you going to do? B. F. And Bullwinkle's child number 3. A male. Place of birth. Oh, I don't know. Let's say he was born in Topeka, Kansas. Why not? Why? I don't know. Just making it up. And let's say that Bullwinkle was born. Let's make him even younger. Let's say, how about January 1st, 2014. Okay. No social. All right. So if you had a 4th child, you put the 4th child here. If you've got more than that, you can list them later on in the forms. Okay. Let's see. Let's keep going now. A process server is the person who hands the papers, does legal process server. Okay, so he hands the papers, he or she hands the papers to the other person. Private process server, they're in the community, they're usually private investigators and process servers, and they charge usually a little bit more than the sheriff. Let's say Fred's trying to save $1, so he's going to use the sheriff's department, and it's usually $40 to serve the sheriff's department. What county? Well, Charlotte. Good enough. Do they have any related cases? Well, let's say they had a child support case or a DV case. You list it here. Okay. For purposes of our example, let's say no, they don't have any. Most people are not going to have any. All right. And you just fill this out as it stands if you had one. Okay. And the reason for the related cases form is if you had, say you had a child support case. Say you had a child support case. Fred and Wilma went to the Department of Revenue and child support got set. Well, you don't want the family court deciding child support, making a ruling on child support, and the Department of Revenue, Title 4D court, having the same child support calculated and a different judge adjudicating it. You've got two different judges doing the same thing. That's why they have this, okay? It's not that complicated. Same thing, all right? So you'll notice everything's already filled in. No attorney. Okay, 3-3, this is done for you. The reason why we are scrolling down the page and not printing this now is because there are two separate places where you have to add some things to it, okay? So the first one is the UCCJEA. I'm going to keep scrolling until we get to it, okay? The rest of this is already filled in. All right, the UCCJEA is a form that every state uses to determine where the child has lived in the last 5 years, okay? There it is. This you need to fill out. And you got to do it here. All right, I could not interlink these fields. So let's say that from, I don't know, it'll be the last 5 years. We're just going to be fiction. So October 2013 through October 2014, 1122 North Port Street. All right, that's where they lived. But now they live on, where's Fred living? I should have copied that. I don't want to copy and paste here. So let's go, I do want to copy and paste, excuse me. Let's find Fred's address real quick. I don't remember what I made it up, I don't remember it. Here it is. So 1122 Rock Street, Punta Gorda. All right, so Fred now lives at 1122 Rock Street, and he's living in the formal marital home. So let's put that there. Okay. So, and that would be the most local one. All right, so this would be October 2014 to the present. Okay, so that's the last 5 years. If you have other addresses, put them in. Okay, so Rock Street, what did I say? Venice, Florida. Venice, Florida. And we can say with Fred and Wilma. Okay, relationship to child parents. This is if other people say they have a custody interest in these kids. Okay, so you fill that out. All right. You just put in here, lived with parents. Okay, you just fill it out. Piece of cake, okay? All right. If you have other stuff, put it in. All right, now that's child number 1. It's Pebbles, all right? It's already filled in because you've already done it up top at the beginning. But look, now we've got Rocky. Rocky's child number 2, right? See child number 2? Let's make this easy, because if Rocky lived somewhere else, you'd have to put it in here, all right? And some people do have kids live in different places, but let's just make it easy. Let's say same as child number 1. See that? Now I don't have to reprint all this stuff. Done. Okay, if the kids live together, that's what you put. Same thing for Bullwinkle. Same as child number 1. All right, done. Now if you had another child, child would go here. All right, if you had another child, child would go here. Okay, so I've left a few. All right, so not participate in any other litigation. If you have, let's just say name of child, just say all children, a child support case filed in same county. That's all you have to do. Okay, that's all I do. For the last umpteen years, that's how I do it. Okay, all this stuff. If there's been a judgment, you can go ahead and put it in here and fill the rest of this out. But really, if it's in the same county, everything's online. They'll be able to find it pretty easy. Okay, there's no custody battle anywhere else. Nobody else says they have custody. Okay, otherwise you'd put that stuff here. All right, it's there for you. Yes, prior child support case in same county. That way the judge can look at it and make sure they coordinate, okay? Done. Now it's all done. See? Done. Now the other thing you have to do is something called a financial affidavit. Okay? That's after this. See how all the kids are already here? No writing them down 3-4 times. Alright, so this you need to do, and it's going to relax, it's going to be fast, and it does the math for you. So what did Fred do? I don't know, he crushed rocks, I guess. Let's say rock crusher. Employed by, oh my God, I actually remember Mr. Slate. Remember him? God, I'm really old. Business address, I don't know. It's in Venice. There's no quarries in Venice, but hey, what the heck. Let's say he gets paid $3,000 every month. Put a monthly, and it's a gross, okay? So then you put it here. Watch this. Now it's down at the bottom, all right, and it does the math for you. Let's say you got money from some other place. He's getting an annuity payment. Let's say it's $500. Watch this, $300 at the bottom. Boom, done. Math is done for you, okay? Now let's say you don't have Fred's pay stub with you, but you want to do an estimated taxes. I've already written in here some figures, maybe approximations. So let's do 3,500, and you multiply it by 0.15 to get the estimated taxes. So, God help me, I've had a day, so I can't do this in my head, although I usually could. Times 0.15. All right, so the tax is $525. Problem solved. Okay? So, you would put that in number 19. Okay? And you've already written some figures, maybe approximations, okay, and what you're doing here to estimate the taxes. Now, you see how it's deducted? Problem solved. All the math is done for you, okay? All right, so I already wrote here some figures, maybe approximations, because sometimes these numbers change, like, I don't know, your utilities, your electric changes, all right? So mortgage or rent, let's say he's paying, I don't know, $1,000. Utilities, $100. Telephone, 90. Food, $300. Goes outside a home, $10. All right, automobile. Let's say you've had to buy tires or brakes this year. You know, let's say you spent $1,200 last year, so it's going to be at least $100 a month, right? If you spent $1,200 a year, just divide it up by the month. So $1,200 divided by 12 months is $100 a month. Repairs. Oh, that's gas. I was talking about repairs. So the repairs are $1,200. Okay. Gas. I don't know how much you spend, so let's just say $40. All right, but for repairs, everybody has to buy tires, everybody has to buy brakes, and you have to do that at least once a year probably. So $1,200 is pretty light. All right, let's say it's $2,400. Well, then that would be $200. Okay. Insurance is $100. All right, children's expenses, you put that here. Daycare. I'm just gonna wing it. Okay, lunch money, $10. Clothing, he buys underwear and socks. Grooming, $5, you know, gifts for holidays, $10. I'm just throwing numbers in here, but you put all these numbers in. This is clothing for Fred. He's got to buy underwear and socks once in a while. Medical, dental, uninsured, whatever it is, you put it here. Uninsured, medical, dental, those are co-pays. You break a tooth or whatever, you know, it could get up pretty high. Now, creditors. Okay, let's say Fred has a Bank of America card. Wow, his monthly payment, let's say he pays $100 a month. All right. Now, if you go down here, you look, there's how much his total monthly expenses are. Okay. So he's doing pretty good. He's going to have a surplus. Most people do not have a surplus. I guarantee you will not have a surplus. You're going to get to the end, and the calculations is going to have a little minus. So if you're in the positive, you'd put that here. So Fred's going to put $965 here. Okay, because his expenses are $2,010, but his income is $2,975. So he's in the positive every month. Okay? But let's say his insurance is really high. Let's say he spends $600 a month on insurance. All right? And he spends, let's say the car insurance is really high too. Let's say he spends $1,000 a month on car insurance. Oh no, Fred, you're $535 in the hole. Most people are going to be about that in the hole. And if somebody asks you, well, how are you making it? Well, the answer is, I'm not making it. I'm using credit cards. I'm begging. I'm borrowing. I'm stealing. Okay, whatever it is. Well, not stealing, obviously. And if you write in here, some figures are approximations. I put these squares here in case you wanted to make notes, you know. So 3510 are the monthly expenses, that's the income, and the negative goes down here. All right, done. Liabilities, assets and liabilities. All right, let's say Fred has $10 on him. Okay, I know I have check boxes and things here. You can fill these in, but it doesn't really matter. As it pertains to the assets and liabilities, it doesn't matter what the value is per se, as long as you put in what it is. So let's say Fred had stock in Apple, okay? But as we know, stock is fluctuating. So just put amount, value unknown. You're not committing fraud. Really, I can't spell unknown. You're not committing fraud if you put down what it is. So if you have a bank account at BOA. If you put down that you have an account at BOA, all right, but you don't know how much is in it, you know, you could just say, you know, these approximately, let's say 500 bucks. Okay, whatever it is. Value unknown. What it is needs to go here. Okay? The amount, not so important. All right? So fill that in. Liabilities. This is where you put your auto loans, your mortgages. All right? Is there a real estate mortgage on the first home? If you have a first mortgage, you put it in here. Okay? Second mortgage, fill it in. All right? There's plenty of space. Contingent assets and liabilities. That is if you think you're going to get money somewhere from something. A contingent asset is per se, let's say, I don't know, Fred has a lawsuit pending and he's going to get some money for the lawsuit. So you would put lawsuit pending. Okay? But most people are going to be putting this down. Don't have a contingent asset. Contingent liabilities is somebody suing you. All right? Possible value, you just do the best you can with this here. And look, it's done. Child support is or will be. You got kids, you're going to do it later. You're not going to do the worksheet now. Okay? You do it later when you figure out where all the numbers are. And it's done. Look, your papers are now officially done. All right? Everything you need is here. All right? So at this point, what you'll do is you'll print it. Okay, see, if you had dates and they went in, you put them in. See, 10th day of June, okay? All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to print this thing, bring it to a notary, okay, have it notarized, copy it 3 times, bring it to the courthouse, follow my checklist, and you're good to go. Good luck.